Okay, I'm
Hello
going to do it again.
everyone, welcome to today's live stream and I'm super glad to be here. In today's video, we are going to be talking about introduction to web development. So what I want you guys to do right now is if you are watching me from Philomat's family or you're watching me from Linux Hub, I want you to go ahead to drop where you are watching us from. And if you can also hear me clearly, kindly drop it in the chat so you can hear me clearly so we can go ahead to today's video. All right, I can see some of you guys popping up already. It's really nice to have you here. You're welcome. You're welcome. I can see from Philomat's family, you guys are highly welcome. How are we all doing today? You can't hear me. Okay. Please kindly confirm from the comments if you can hear me very well. Let me see it just change this a little bit. All right. So kindly confirm if you can hear me updated. Kindly confirm if you can hear me so I can proceed. You can't hear me. Okay. Let me go ahead to check this. A minute, guys. Mm. All right, kindly confirm if you can hear me very well from the chat section right now. I think I've gone ahead to fix it, so kindly confirm if you can hear me from the chat. Okay, it's very low. Okay, thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Tech Novative, right? Thank you, Kristen. You are highly welcome. Philomath family, I can see you guys are really popping right here. You are highly welcome. So let me know if you guys can hear me very well now so we can proceed with the class. All right, I can see the love emoji. So does that mean that we can proceed with the class? Okay, you can hear me. Thanks for that confirmation, Kristen. All right. So hello everyone. Welcome to today's live session. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about introduction to web development, right? Introduction to full stack web development. And we have an amazing speaker here with us that is going to be demystifying and explaining all these concepts for us, what we need to know about web development, and what tool we are going to be learning when it comes to working with web development, right? And the person that is going to be presenting the slide for us today is going to be Ayomide Adedeji. It is a full stack developer, right? He works for AAG Express and he also works for different tech startups also. And he's here with me. He's going to be presenting talking about introduction to full stack web development. So without wasting much of our time, let's get started with the video. So I am with it. Can you hear me? Are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, I Ayomide. It's nice to have you here. So, can you kindly introduce yourself to our audience, please?
Oh, so I don't know if the audience can hear me. Audience, can you hear me? Can you also confirm from your side? I don't think the audience is hearing me. Hello?
Can you hear me? Yes,
Can anyone hear
we
me?
can hear you. We can hear you. They can hear you.
Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Ayomide Adedeji, a software engineer. Okay. Oh, thank you, updated and Christian. Go. Yeah, so I'm a software engineer. So I'll be taking the full stack web developer for Enoch Hub. development, I mean, for Linux Hub. So I'm going to just be sharing you the things that are needed for the full stack web development for us to prepare our minds on what we are going to do. So let's go straight to the introduction.
All right, I mean, sorry, before you proceed, right? I would like to, and
Okay.
I would like to tell my viewers that if you also want to check out Ayomide profile, his link is also attached to the description box below, so you can go ahead to check out Ayomide LinkedIn profile. He is a software developer, and he is the one that is going to be taking you through this full stack web development journey. He's going to be your main facilitator, right? So whatever issue you have, whether you are coming from Philoma's family or Enoch Sub, is on the web development platform. Um, I'm going to actually tag him on the group so you guys can know that this is your facilitator. And in case you have any issue, you can just go ahead to ask him one-on-one question. He's going to go ahead to reply you. So without any further ado, please can we proceed with the slide?
Yeah, sure. So let's go. I don't know if you can see the slides. Can you see the slides? The board. Okay, let's continue. So yeah, so let's be prepared that to create real web apps from the ground up, not ones that drag and drop. So this is for starting scratch and building it up to the top. So within 2 months of front end, 1 month of back end. So Tuesday and Thursday will be for the normal classes, while the Saturdays is going to be for projects alone. So let's go to the front end part. I mean, front end is variety three, the HTML, the CSS, and JavaScript. So the HTML is like the structure, let's say the structure of the building. The CSS is like the color of the building, and the JavaScript is like the functionality. So if there's a lift in a building, so that will be a function of that building. Like how we see here in the three layers of web design, like exactly what I said. So the full meaning of HTML is hypertext markup language. It's not it's not a programming language. It's just a markup language. I know people say that yeah, HTML is a programming language, but it's a markup language. Yeah, so you can see this image, right? Can everybody see this image? I think there will be like a 30 seconds lag. Maybe you can respond to me immediately if I can go on. I can go on, right? Daveworld. Not, yeah, I'm currently showing my Amazon. Okay, let's continue. So you can see this image, the Amazon image. So there's the page here, there's the colors. You can see everything working. Can you imagine how this page would look like without HTML? So let's see that. It looks ugly, right? Doesn't it? So this is how a web page would look like. So imagine you two that you're watching without any color and just HTML. This is how it is going to look like. Very bad. Yeah. So without any markup to give your page content structure, the browser renders unformatted and unstyled text. So HTML tags give structure and meaning to our content. So you can see YouTube. You see the YouTube is placed at the top corner. You see the video first, then the text, then you see the title of the video, and you see the subscribe button. So that's what HTML will do. So these are the HTML tags. The P is for paragraphs, T is for tables, the form is for your normal form, and the img is for image to add image. So let's add HTML tags to our page and see how it would be. Look at it now. It looks manageable. It's better, but it's still not good It's not yet up to par. So once page content is marked up with HTML tags, the browser applies the first styles to the tags. So now the page is readable and have a clear hierarchy. So let's see what happens now when we add CSS to it. By the way, CSS, the full meaning of CSS is cascading style sheet. It's meant to beautify our page. So as it is, yes, cascading style sheet. So CSS is a set of rules defining how an HTML element will be presented in the browser. So in those paragraphs that we read in the HTML, so we want to color the paragraph, the color red. The title, we want to give it a font style of italic and give a border. So when we start the class, we understand what this means in details. So let's look at it when we apply all these rules to CSS. Oh, okay. Some things we can change with CSS, as I've said before. The colors, the font size, the background, the spacing, sizes, borders, position, and some things we can't change with CSS is content and markup. That is for HTML only. Can't change the text at all. So it's time for styling. So let's add styling to that our Amazon page. So let's see how it will look. Are you ready? Let's see how people respond. Let's comment yes, yes. Are you ready? So let's see it now. It looks perfect, isn't it? So that's what CSS is going to help us do. It's going to position the elements, beautify the page with colors, and that's how it will be. So you can see that text, HTML, or CSS equals to web page, as you've seen it. So now time for actions with JavaScript. Yeah, JavaScript is not Java. I remember when I was learning, I was hearing JavaScript, Java. So JavaScript is not Java. As to ARM is not to Amstar. So Java is another programming language on its own. JavaScript is another programming language on its own. So this is just the history of JavaScript. It was developed by Sun Microsystem. It was developed in 1995 at Netscape. I love that, Sha. Oh, can you all hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. If they can all hear me.
So yes, I immediately can hear you, but what I notice is there is like a 10 seconds delay with the chat and what we are currently
Oh
presenting.
yes, I noticed. I'm kind of hearing myself again. Yeah, yeah. So I was saying that time that when I was learning, I was finding it difficult to know the difference between Java and JavaScript. I mean, as time goes on, the so someone saying that they can't hear. Okay, okay, I'm too fast. Right. Okay. I'll be slow this time. Too low too. So as I was saying in the story, I mean, as time goes on, you understand the difference between JavaScript and Java. So JavaScript is mainly developed for websites. That's the main core. When they first developed JavaScript, it was for websites alone. And Java is mainly for mobile. It's an OOP, meaning it's an object-oriented language. but JavaScript is slightly different. It's mainly for websites. As I've said, when you have the building, HTML is the building, like the structure of the page. Let's say the structure of a building, HTML. The design of the building, which is the colors, is the CSS. And why the functionality, like the lifts, taking the users from up to down, down to up, that is JavaScript in action. So it's not the same as Java. So let's continue. As I've said earlier, the JavaScript is a client-side language, meaning it's mainly for a website. It's mainly for what the user can see, what they can feel. If you click a button, what is it supposed to do? If you click a button, where is it supposed to take you to? That's JavaScript in action. And you can also use JavaScript to validate. For example, when you put a username, you put an email that is incorrect, it will tell you that this email is incorrect. If you don't put the at sign, it will tell you that it's incorrect. And if your username is not up to the characters that it's supposed to be, it's going to like be invalid. Okay, someone is asking, how do we start applying them on our PC? So this is just an introduction class. So the main class is starting on Tuesday. So this is just to like for you to watch, yeah, to see the, the details of the web development. Yeah, that's it. So what we can also do with JavaScript is searching. You see that when you search for JavaScript, how does Google know what you want to search? So that is based on JavaScript. So it reads what you search, does its work at the back end and gives you back output that this is an example of what you want to search. That's JavaScript in action at the background. So for example, too, when you are loading a social media platform, it would, when you load to a certain point, it will like stay, it will load the next post. So that's also JavaScript in action. And also this, creating a photo and slideshow, and much more that you can think of. Also that for behavioral aspects and for functionality, JavaScript does that a lot. So at the beginning, JavaScript was designed to manipulate web pages. That's what I said. That's mainly what JavaScript is for. But nowadays, we can use JavaScript for a lot of things. Now you can see that JavaScript is moving on to OOPs. You can use JavaScript for, you can use it for creating apps. So in fact, you can use it for cybersecurity now. It's for lots more. But mainly, what JavaScript is for websites. That's what they designed JavaScript for. Now, for the back end, you know what? Before going to the back end, because there's nothing I would show you for back end, but let me show you an example of a project I did and the project of which we are going to do at the end of our front end. So I showed this last time too. So we are starting this whole course again because we went for school and we're just coming back from the holiday. So let me just show you this. So this is an example of what we are going to do. This is exactly what we are going to do at the end of our front end. So just keep your mind ready. I'm going to design this this platform. So you can see this platform offers Netflix, Crave, and Disney, and Apple Plus. So you can see functionalities of you can add this to what. So I can click on it to see the picture. So as I click on it, you can see that it still shows that it's added from the watch list. Now let's check our watch list and see what is added. Remember, we added the Ethernet and based anatomy to the watch list. So let's go to the watch list and see the movies that we added. So we went there, so you can see that those are the two movies that we added. Even if I refresh, I would still see those two movies there. So let's wait for it to refresh. So I've refreshed. I can still see these two movies. So let's wait for it to refresh. So I've refreshed. I can still see these two movies there. So let's wait for it to refresh. So I've refreshed. I can still see these two movies there. So let's wait for it to refresh. So I've refreshed. I can still see these two movies there. So let's wait for it to refresh. So I've refreshed. at the watch list. Now, what's making it like this? Database, there's a backend involved in all of this. So we can also remove from checklist, from watch list, to remove it from the whole watch list. Now you can add other things. And we can also search. That's another functionality of JavaScript. You know what? I'm supposed to ask about, and I've said it before. Where I'll remember. So you can search for movies. So you can search for Blood Sisters. So you can see the Blood Sisters therein. You can also add it to watch list and see it in our watch list. So the show that we are following, as somebody just tell me, just in the comment section, just tell me all the functionalities of this website. If you are following, tell me the functionality of this website. Oh, I'm breaking. Dave, can you still hear me? Dave, what can you hear me?
All right, yes, I'm with you there, Mod. So I feel what happened was there was a little time where you were breaking, right? We're not really hearing you clearly, but you later came back on. So I guess they were replying to what happened like 10 seconds ago, thereabouts. But I have a question for you there, Mod, right? So you're talking about full stack, sorry, front end development right now, and you talked about
Yeah,
HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? So as a beginner, how do I know
yeah.
when to use just HTML and CSS? And when do I also know that okay, at this particular point, I'm to use JavaScript also?
So like I explained, so if you look at a website, they have structure.
Okay.
So taking an example for this Netflix platform. So there's a structure of see where the headers is. You can see the logo, watch list, space, the search bar. And you can also see colors. So you can see the colors of the text are white. So the HTML is for structure. It's for structuring the whole website. And CSS is for beautifying. So if you notice, the color of this background is kind of brown. So it's CSS that is doing that work.
So sorry, can you like go back to that slide where you were talking about how HTML would look like without CSS and also how the page is going to look like with CSS also?
Okay, let's take this for example. Okay.
Okay.
So you can see my screen. You can see. So this is how it would look like without CSS and JavaScript. Can you see? This is just HTML. Now let me just start from the beginning. So this is without anything. It's just like a random text. So now let's go to HTML. So this is HTML without CSS, just HTML only. So you can see that the Amazon logo is positioned to the left, the account positioned to the right. There's structure basically. Even if there's no styling, you can still read it. It's structured in a way, just like Wikipedia. There's nothing, no colors, but you can still read them. Yeah. So now let's look at how it will look like with CSS. So this is the CSS part. So now it's more enticing for you to look at.
So yeah, I think I
So
get it. I get it now. So
yeah,
a page wouldn't look beautiful or wouldn't look nice without having CSS. And for those that
definitely.
don't know, CSS means cascading style sheet, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, yeah. So I think you have to repeat the question. Someone is saying that you can't hear the. Okay, see from me, I was saying that in this let me switch to the website. So I was saying that can someone tell me the functionality that was that is based on JavaScript here? So what are the JavaScript and functionality that I just showed you on this website? Today, what I'm thinking because of that 15 seconds, I can't get the chat immediately. Okay, let me just wait for a while. See if someone is going to.
All right, so guys, in case you don't get the question, what Aimile is trying to ask us
Okay.
is, what is this website made of, right? What are the different tools that were used for this website itself, and where exactly were they used in? So I think someone is answering your question. Babs Link is saying, I think graphics and color are applied with the CSS. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. That's correct. So what about the JavaScript in question? I want the JavaScript functionality. Anybody? Okay, pending the time. Pending the time that someone would answer. Oh, someone says logos and designs. I mean, those are CSS. Those things beautifies. So it's JavaScript. You can for people that don't know. I mean, before I so I said I can add this movie now to watch list and watch and this one to watch list. So if I go to watch list, I should see them there. So this is the work of JavaScript that once it does something, once I click on like, it should take it to watch list. And if I click on undo, I click on like again, it should remove it. So that is what's supposed to do JavaScript. And I also searched for blood sisters here that it showed me this. That's the work of JavaScript as well. Like once you
also,
do
I believe we
something
have
to
from,
add,
sorry, I mean, we have from Samuel. Samuel is saying to remove the input. I guess it meant to remove the input.
okay, yeah. Someone is saying the logo was being added from HTML. Yeah. It's been added. Yeah, but you can beautify the logo too with CSS. Like me to place it in a particular position. Yeah, you're right. So let's go to the back end. So there's really nothing I want to really show, but that we are going to be using Node.js for the back end, which is based on JavaScript. So it will not be foreign to us. It would be relatable because we would have used JavaScript on the front end. Yeah, so this is how it's going to be the Node.js. Yeah,
So,
so just prepare our
Emily,
minds.
sorry, before you go ahead, please. So you were explaining something about front end, right? I know you explained front end already, right? So now we know that
Yeah,
front end development, we basically need the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? And that's for front end. And you mentioned that front end development is used for building, I mean, user interface and those cool stuff that we can basically see on our websites right now. But can you like kindly tell us what backend is also, and the difference between front end development and also backend development also?
Difference between front end and back end. So let's take this website for example. This these images, everything is gotten from the back end. So now we can't see it. But the front end is something we can see. But back end is basically just data. It's basically the data.
So sorry, are you saying that all this information that are being displayed right now on the screen are coming from somewhere? Okay, so like as you said earlier on,
And just see it.
backend is something that we can't really see, right? We can't see what's happening at the backend, right? That's
Yeah.
storing like user information, user data, the database of where this moving are being stored in is stored in the database, right? Then we use front end to display it, right?
Let's beautify that data. Yeah, exactly. Like, how does Facebook know your username and password when you log in? So
True, that's
it's
true.
they're fetching from the back end. Yeah, exactly. So with that, I think I'm done with the introduction class. So I'd like us to prepare our mind because this is something that either we make us or we make us aimlessly on our own. But definitely it's going to make us to be what we want to be. So
All right, so if you have any question from the comment section, please go ahead to ask your question right now. This will be the best time for you to ask question in case you're having doubt about if you're not really clear about what front end or back end is or which one to choose. You can go ahead to ask your question, and Diamond is here right now to answer your question. Right, so if you are not really clear about anything we talked about in the class, of recent, you can just go ahead to ask question. Diamond is here to answer you. So Diamond, before they proceed to ask that question, let me just go ahead to ask my own question. So as a beginner, when I'm starting out with web development, right? So now I know what web development is, as you explained earlier on. I know what front end is and I know what back end is, right? So how do I know which one should go for? Like which one should I really dive into? Because I know some people will be like, I can just learn everything at once since it's front end and back end, something I can just learn easily, right? So how do I know that okay, front end is for me only, or I should just learn only back end, or probably I should go for everything? So how do I decide in choosing the particular stack to go for?
so that question I just related in to school. So how would you know if you don't know what it is? So for you to know front end, you have to start from the basics, the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So for you to also do the back end, you need JavaScript, but you also need knowledge of the front end. So when you are creating endpoints, meaning how would I explain it? You're creating endpoints. You're creating endpoints for the front end developers. So how would they be able to use it? For example, now this website that is showing, because I did both the front end and the back end, so you still need a knowledge of front end, like a little knowledge of front end. So you can just know it for knowing sake, so that you can do your back end. I mean, at at the very last, you will know where you fall on. Some people like front end more, some people like back end, some people like design, and some people just like dealing with data. For me, now I like dealing with this logic, the data aspect, keeping your data secured, handling the database. That's what I like. And some people also like graphics and all of that. So at the time, people will know where they fall in. I think they say your voice is cool. So I think what Daveworld was saying was, if you have any questions for me, since oh yes, someone just asked a question. Is React not included for front end? So this website you are saying, this Netflix, is used with React. So we'll be using a framework called React, yes, for the front end, as we are using Node.js for the back end. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, React is included. Is included.
Okay, so
Yeah,
let
if
me
you read the course outline, you'll see it. If you read
so
the
let me
course
start with
outline,
what Emmanuel asked, right? So when it comes to
okay.
front end tasks, when you're building front end, the major language that you actually need to know is what Ayomide explained to us, right? HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? And for those that were in my Python class, too, you would understand that I mentioned something that's called library, right? So libraries are used to actually fasten your work, right? When you're working with any programming language, right? So React is a library of itself, and what React does is React helps you to simplify how you write JavaScript code, right? So he did mention it that you're going to use React, and you're also going to be learning React in this particular course curriculum, right? So by the end of this video, you can go ahead to check the description box. I is also going to share the course outline with us very soon after this particular session, and you're going to see the tools and stacks that you're going to be learning, right? So we have other different stacks out there too, like Vue.js, we have AngularJS, and so on and so forth, right? But for this course itself, we are going to be learning React. So make sure to also check the course curriculum and check your training schedule so you can know when and what time we are going to have particular tasks. All right, Mide, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so that yeah, you've spoken it, right? If someone ask again, please, is the JavaScript for the backend only? No, it's not for backend only. So as I've said, for the front end, it's used both in front end and the back end. Basically, JavaScript is basically designed for front end, like the website. But as time went on, they added it to back end. They are using the V8 engine. Yes, the course outline will be shared in our different groups.
So, so I think Ayomide, for those that registered for the course, you should check your email if you registered for the web development course, not data science or data analysis right now. If you register for the web development course, check your email. Ayomide, I think you sent the email to them, right?
Yeah, I sent it to the people. Yeah, I saw some emails, so I sent it to it.
All right. So
So I will also send it to the groups.
yeah. So can you like quickly go ahead to show us the course curriculum and also the training schedule so that they can know when and what time they're going to be having a particular class?
Um, okay, I'm coming a minute.
So while Ayomide then bring the course outline for us out, I want you guys to actually pay attention right now because this is how you are going to know when your class is going to hold, right? Update is going to be dropped in your community platform also. So do make sure to always check your community platform. I mean, if you attended the tech orientation class by Enoch Sub, you would have seen that we explained this that you should do well to always check your community platform. that were updates on your classes are going to make. And Ayomide is also going to go ahead to share um, the course curriculum for us so we can see what stack or what tool we are going to be learning. So without any further
Oh yeah, thank you very much. So this a 3 months course outline, and this is a Google Doc. So month one is the front end foundation. So this is the column Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So every Saturday there will be a small capstone project, and for every month end Saturday there will be a moderate capstone project. So you can see the week one, HTML basics and structure. The Thursday, CSS fundamentals and box model, like that. Then month two is for React.js. For that person asking for React is going to be taught. So React is going to be taught. So you can see the React intro, components and JSX, Thursday state and props in React. So this might be new to you, but with time you would understand. Uh,
so I see someone is
For
asking
month
about
three,
full
someone
stack
also asked
development.
about, what did you say?
Someone is asking in the comment section that what about full stack development? Can you kindly explain to the person, please?
Yeah, this is a full stack development course, meaning it's both front end and back end. In fact, so 2 months is going to be for front end, while the last month is going to be for back end. So you can see Node.js basics, HTTP server. So everything here is based on back end. And the last one we are going to do testing. So this testing is where most back end developers run. They don't really like testing. But for us to become professionals, you have to know how to test. Because if you reach a big company, they would want you to test. So that is it.
All right, so
This is what
I'm
I'd
then let me
like to
just
share
reiterate on
to
what you said. So you're saying that during the first month, we are sorry, during the first and second month, we are going to be diving into front end development, right? So that's what he said of recent. And during the last month, we are going to run, yes, we're going to run back end for the last month. And I think we are going to be building a capstone project, right? So it's going to be like a project-based course. So make sure to stay updated in your community channel so that you're going to know when. I mean, you didn't know now that it's every Saturday, but the link is also going to be dropped on your community platform. So make sure to check it out in order not to miss any class, right? So I mean, so someone is asking about full stack, right? So somebody asked that already, that front end and back end, right? Together they are called full stack. So I mean, can you like iterate on that again also?
Yes, exactly what Ruth said. Front end and back end are called full stack together. So full stack is the definition of front end and back end. Yeah, that's it.
So does anyone have question regarding this course outline? If you have any question, do well to ask in the comment section. And I mean, can we proceed to the um, training schedule?
So as I've said here, Tuesday and Thursday, likewise on the Excel file. So Tuesday and Thursday, every Tuesday and Thursday, and Saturday will be a capstone project. And for every month end will be a big capstone project. Like everything that we learned for that month, we do a project about it. Yeah,
So I mean, someone is
that's
asking that the time for the classes was not included in the email. So I think it's going to be updated for that. And also, I mean, can you explain to us what capstone project is? Because some of our viewers might not really know what capstone project is.
capstone. So let's you know what? Let's search for the, the this thing together. Okay. Capstone project is just a project that we do at the end of the lessons that we learn. But then let's just look at the dictionary. So a capstone project is a culminating academic experience, typically the final project required for a bachelor's or a master's degree. So like us, just like what I said, all the lessons we'll be doing, you have to do a capstone project. So that capstone project is based, why is capstone is because it's based on the lessons that we have learned. Exactly.
All right, Ayomide, thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
So, all right, for anyone that has any other question regarding the class, the training schedule is going to be holding every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Right, the time is going to be updated in the course curriculum. So do well to check it out and stay updated with the course curriculum. And also, once it's updated, okay, so once it's updated, you are going to also be informed on your community platform. If you do not get an email, then that means you did not register for your particular community course, right? There was a form that was sent to you. If you did not register, you won't be able to see this particular curriculum that AY is showing you right now. So, a Christian, if you do not register, please kindly send us a message on your platform, WhatsApp platform, so we can go ahead to add you once you fill the form. Right. So one thing I want us to do before we leave this life is I want to know people that where you are joining us from. Right. So if you are from Philomat family, please kindly go ahead to drop Philomat in the comment section. And if you are from Enox Hub, kindly go ahead to drop Enox Hub in the comment section so I can know the community that are active in this class. So Amide, before we end the live stream, I know you mentioned that we're going to be building a capstone project at the end of this course, right? So for the final project, is the
Yes.
capstone project going to cover both full stack and both front end and back end development, while also testing the application, like you said?
Yes, yes. So capstone project at the end of the 3 months is going to be a full stack capstone project.
Okay, and it's going to be hands-on training, right?
Yes.
All right, so you guys added right. So I can see the comment section. You guys are popping it already. Philomat family, Black Lady Black from Philomat family. We have Christian Okonga from Philomat family. We have Ruth. Ruth is saying, please, what time? Yeah, I said it's going to be updated in your community platform, right? So the time is going to be attached to the training schedule. So do well to also stay active in your community platforms, either from Enoch Sub or from Philomat family. Please do well to stay active and do not miss out on any class, because understanding the fundamentals is actually very crucial for you to mastering whatever stack you want to focus on, either front end or back end, right? So do well to always stay active in your community platform. So I can see Emmanuel also from Philomas family. It's really nice to have you guys here, and I hope you guys got to understand the intro to web development. So I mean, before we leave the live, do you have anything for your students, like a passing word or word of encouragement?
Oh, like I said before, like also when I started earlier, when I started like 3 years ago, so I had to make up my mind that I'm ready. Just make up in your mind like this as you're watching this video that you are ready. So this is going to either make you or to make you. So just say in your mind that you're ready, then you find the courage to endure throughout the whole training because it's not easy. Nothing in this life is that easy. Like it's easy. Yeah, even though it's for free, it's not that easy. So you have to like After watching the videos, still have to go to Google to search for what does this thing mean. Go to Stack Overflow. Go to what's the name of this one that does W3 schools. Go and check YouTube also. So it's never going to be that easy. But first make up your mind that you are ready. So that is it. Be ready.
All right, so you guys added all from Diamond. He said so. For those that don't know, he also loves to be called Diamond. That's his nickname. If you hear me saying Diamond, I'm referring to Ayomide, right? So you have to make it up in your mind that you are going to be going through this particular course curriculum, either it's being front end or back end, depending on which one you registered for. So I can see from Enoch, so you guys are popping up already. So I think the network was like um a little bit backward. So I can see Yusuf, I can see Ruth from Philomat family. I can see Mercy from Enoch Up. All right, you guys are highly welcome, and I hope you guys got to learn a lot, right? So I mean, they also mentioned that you are going to be doing a lot of research work, right? Because trust me, for you to get better in the web development space, you need to build projects on projects, right? That's the only way you are going to get better at what you are doing, right? If you don't build projects, there's no how you are going to master what you are actually learning, right? So aside from the project that you are going to work on with your facilitator, you have to also go ahead to build personal projects, right? It's very, very important. And basically, those projects and what you have done is what you are going to add to your resume when you want to apply for jobs, right? So project is very, very important, and that's why Ayomide mentioned that for this particular course, we are going to be building projects upon projects, capstone projects once we are done with learning a particular milestone. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the introductory class. Don't forget, if you have any question at any time, please do well to always use your community platform. Also use the comment section if you have question regarding a particular course curriculum or regarding whatever issue you are facing. If you come up with any bug issue or you come up with any coding challenge issue, you can go ahead to always drop it in the community platform. We are always there to support you. So with that being said, that will be the end of today's live stream, introduction to web development. And I want you guys to actually go ahead to smash that like button. Also subscribe to Enox or platform so you don't miss out on any web development tech class that's coming up. And lastly, comment in the video what you learned about the class. So with that being said, that will be the end of today's video and see you in the next one. Bye guys.